I'm not sure you noticed, but motivation is a sneaky thing. It is very high when you start something new, for example, say learning French, and then it somehow fades away and disappears entirely. Or when it's not your motivation, which is at fault, then life gets in the way. Urgent things show up and your study gets somehow forgotten. Does this ever happen to you? If so, well, you're not alone. Honestly, most language learners that I know have had this problem more than once, and that actually includes myself. So in this video, I'm sharing 8 things that you can do to keep your motivation high and make sure that you'll be making progress in French even when life gets in the way. If that sounds interesting, keep watching. My name is Plateau, and on this channel, we talk about what it really takes to learn French. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and you don't want to miss them. Without further ado, tip number 1 is to remember why you started. So there was a reason why you wanted to learn French in the first place. Maybe there were several reasons. Think of all the awesome things that you'll be able to do when your French is fluent. Even better, grab a pretty piece of paper and write all these down. When you feel your motivation drop or you feel that there are things more important than learning French, read over the list again. That should increase your motivation and your chances of getting your next study session done. Tip number 2 is to have a master plan. As Brian Tracy says, failing to plan is planning to fail. The first thing that I do with my clients, both in one-on-one coaching and in my group program, is to create a master plan that will serve as a guide for their entire French study. We call this plan the Roadmap to Fluency, and it's in 3 parts, which I have detailed in this video. So I recommend you check it out next if you don't have a master plan yet for your French study. Having a plan that always shows what's next will considerably reduce your chances of just giving up. It's a lot easier to keep learning when you know what to do. Tip number 3 is to keep it around. Keep the French language around. So you could use a daily French bath. This is something I speak about often on this channel. You can create daily habits of learning French. You can put French things around you. You want to do anything that keeps the French language a part of your life because, as the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind, and you really don't want that. Tip number 4 is to join a peer group. People are even harder to ignore than the French stuff that's around you. So you tend to feel guilty when you ignore your friends. Joining a peer group is a great way to make peer pressure work for you rather than against you. On this note, if you'd like to have a peer group that's online and available all the time, I have a great French learning program which is called the French Fluency Accelerator, and I've put a link in the description below for you so you can check it out. Number 5 on this list, I wrote beware the dreaded intermediate plateau. So if you've never heard of it, the intermediate plateau, we sometimes say the intermediate block, is a moment in every French learner's journey when they feel that they aren't making progress anymore. So it happens when you have learned and you can say many things, but there are so many more things that you still don't know, and what you know feels so tiny in comparison to what you feel you need to learn now. So you have a to-learn list which feels endless and like it's growing by the minute, and it's a very annoying place to be in, and there is a big risk of getting demotivated and quitting at this point. Of course, quitting at this point would be a terrible idea since you might actually be very close to making it through and becoming fluent for good. My best tip if you're there is to know that it's okay, it's normal, and it's inevitable to be in this situation for every learner, but you won't stay there forever. So you want to really just keep studying because it's not forever, it's only a certain time. We have another 3 points to go through in this list, and all those 3 points will help you if you are right now in the intermediate plateau. However, if you have already learned something in this video, please make sure you click the like button because this really helps other French learners find the channel. Let's go on. Tip number 6 is to just not quit. Just stay in the room. So even if you feel that you aren't making progress as fast as you want and that everyone is doing better than you, well, first, that's probably not true. It's very common for language learners, even for myself, to feel that everyone else is doing better than you are, and they all feel the same about you. So everyone thinks that all the others are doing better. It's a very interesting group effect that we have. So everyone else is basically feeling that the others are doing better. So even if you're feeling this, you want to stay in the room and not quit. Keep showing up for your sessions and make sure you celebrate your wins. Here's one caveat though. If you feel that the lessons that you're receiving aren't adapted for your case, or if your lessons or your teacher make you feel bad in any way, then it could be a good idea to find another teacher or another group. In this case, you're allowed to change room, just get into another French speaking room, but still don't quit, right? Tip number 7 is to focus on what you can already do and say and not what you still can't do. The plan that we use in my programs looks like this, and it contains a built-in way to track your progress. Thanks to these columns here, this allows you to see at one glance what you've already learned and all the learning you still have to do. As humans, we have a strong tendency to look at what's missing, not what's already there. It's just how we're wired. But measuring yourself against perfection is terrible for your motivation, absolutely terrible. So if you feel demotivated, turn around and watch how much you've learned since the beginning. This should make you feel better instantly and give you a boost of motivation. By the way, if you'd like to have this worksheet, you can get it for free. I will put a link down below. It's called the Fluency Worksheet. Tip number 8 is to get help and accountability. So this can be provided by your peer group or also by a one-on-one coach, tutor, or language exchange partner. If you have committed to show up for a weekly session, you're more likely to show up indeed than if you didn't commit. And a supportive coach or tutor will be able to help you stay motivated as well. So that's basically a double effect. By the way, if you're ready to jump in and make faster progress, I'm happy to let you know that you can study with me one-on-one, or you can join my group program, the French Fluency Accelerator, and you'll find all the links in the description below. For now, let me quickly recap our 8 points. So number 1 is to remember why you started. Number 2 is to have a master plan. Number 3 is to keep the language around. Number 4 is to join a peer group. Number 5 is to be mindful and aware of the so-called intermediate plateau. Number 6 is just not quit, stay in the room. Number 7 is to focus on what you can already do, not what you still can't do. And number 8 is to get help and accountability. That's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Please make sure you are subscribed to this channel because I will be back next Monday with some more useful advice to help you learn French and live your best life as a French speaker. I'm Angèle Préto and I will see you next Monday. Au revoir.